Why does trying to get patients to complete paperwork feel like it's the hardest part of medicine? I mean, you do need them to do some of the pre-visit paperwork, and that's, the daily challenge. But when you need them to do something in between the visits, like that's the impossible thing to do. So what are your options right now? Well, you can send a message through the portal. Sometimes it goes to their, Gmail or Hotmail. But let's be real, a lot of patients aren't really checking their email. Some EMRs let you send text messages, but again, like it's going to their phone, which is great, but they're charging a lot for it. And doing that at scale, well, that becomes cost prohibitive very quickly. Now, if you could, get that form or message to them, well, the patient still has to respond, right? So I think that's really where things fall apart. And it's not because patients don't want to respond, it's because they have questions and the amount of effort it takes to get that question answered seems to be quite high given the communication systems that are available to accommodate this. But here's an interesting new tool. It uses AI just like everything else on the planet right now, but it focuses on this very specific problem of, how do you talk to patients and communicate with them in a meaningful way when they're not in the office, when it's not the visit, right? So what happens during that in between time? And in this case, it's trying to get consent from the patient around about the Advanced Primary Care Management Service or Medicare, and it's going to talk to the patient, it's going to answer their questions, and even when the patient will say, "Hey, wait for me, I'll be right back," and just forgets, well, it follows up a couple days later and actually, checks in and says like, "Hey, do you have an answer for me?" and tries to get that answer together and get the job done. So it basically like acts as a coordination layer. It takes on the accountability of coordination and being persistent, and it lets the humans like yourself and the patient just be the actors. So like, tell me when something's needed. It comes and it tells you, "Hey, I need something," and then it brings it back to the other party who needs to know, right? So it does that coordination of the communication very efficiently.